Okay, this is my third try at making this video. I keep hitting the fucking button. I don't have a proper camera. I just use my cell phone for everything I do. See, really, I could get rid of fucking everything I own, I think, right now, and just have my cell phone and my guitar and my harmonicas and my tarot cards. I'd probably be square. Anyhow, I in my walk around there, I got really anxious and forgot what I was saying because there was about 5 people on the path with me, and I just, you're walking along, you feel kind of silly talking to your phone. So I figured I'd wait till I get home, and I told you about how I didn't like the things I didn't like about the record review, or not that I didn't like, but I found kind of humorous. The fact that I got, the drinking reference and the Tom Waits reference, and these are things that constantly get into my media representation of my music whenever it happens. And that's not so bad. Like, I don't care if people fucking think I'm a drunk or whatever. I got a history. I got no regrets. Other than that, I almost died. But I'm a good boy now. So if anybody's got something to say, they can come fucking say it to me. But these people are my friends. They know, I know they mean no ill will at all. So I'm going to read you the record review because I think it's, out of all the record reviews I've gotten, I usually get good reviews, but this is probably my favorite one. So, Patrick Walsh, At Midnight Call the Doctor. On his latest album, Patrick Walsh, the whiskey-soaked harmonica player from the Silverhearts, presents a tribute to the dirty, lo-fi Mississippi blues of the 1930s. Most of the songs are interpretations of these lost classics by the likes of Booker White, Skip James, and Robert Johnson. Even the album's cover art is a tribute to old Vocalion Records albums from the 1930s. And true to form, the album's production is an attempt to out-1930s the 1930s, played on a cigar box guitar and recorded with a scratchy lo-fi recording style that's muddier than the Mississippi. Combined with Patrick Walsh's already sub-Tom Waitsian low mumble-growl vocals, the album sounds absolutely torn up, like it was recorded through broken microphones and played through blown-out speakers, making for an at times challenging listening experience. Still, the songs absolutely hold up. These sad, desperate songs about loneliness and empty lives with simple yet poetic lyrics and deceptively simple guitar lines. Gabe Pollock. Now, things I want to say about that review is, that's exactly what I was trying to do. Make a record of old blues songs that sounded like it was somewhat recorded in the period using modern technology. I'm not going to give away my secrets here, but if it's not hard, I don't know. It's very simple how I recorded that record, and it was very effective, and I will continue to record in that form because I'm very, very pleased with it. And it's simple. I live in a recording studio, so I might as well take advantage of that spiritual energy, at least. It says I recorded it on a cigar box guitar. It's true. I do build cigar box guitars, and I use them in my music a lot, especially when recording. I recorded about half that album on a couple cigar box guitars that I have. One 3-string, and I believe I played my diddly bow, which is a 1-string. I have 2 of them, but there's one that I use regularly. Most of it was recorded just using plain old acoustic beater guitar, tuned to Spanish open G, and played lap style with a Stevens bar or a jackknife, depending on what I could grab. So it's pretty old school, I posted in acoustic blues pages, and like it's funny the responses you get. Like, I'll post it in a folk punk page, and people might like it, they might not. I'll post it in a cigar box guitar page, and people fucking love it. Post it in a acoustic blues page, and it either gets ignored or people don't like it because it's too dirty for them. Even though it is 100% acoustic music, just because of how I record it. That's fair. It's cool. I don't like a lot of stuff I hear on those pages too. So, it's all give and take, like I was saying before. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you do something with your life and enjoy what you do. And that's what I do, Yeah, so it's just funny the responses you get with these things. You're trying to give it away for free. Like my whole life I wanted to make records. And when I became of age and ability to do so, everything just started changing so fast. Like when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, like, making a record was like you go into a studio, you spend a whole pile of money, you have an engineer, a producer, and you master tapes, and you mix them down, and you master them, and you gotta format it and make the art and make an album or a cassette, And then as soon as I started making records, like it was CDs you had to make, and I fucking hate CDs, man. And I made a whole pile of them. Fuck, I made probably a dozen CDs with different stuff, probably more than that. A bunch of CDs, and whatever. Now that format's obsolete, and I have like cases of old CDs because you had to buy them in lots of 1,000 or something like that, and you sell them to fucking 20 or 100 of your friends or whatever, and then luckily they all paid for themselves. It was all good, but now so now I'm on this label that's a great label out of Pittsburgh, Mirkwood Recordings, and it's all free for download. It's all, I just record it, I mail it to them, they format it for the computer and do the art, and it's, I don't know how much it costs them. I hope it doesn't cost them anything, but it's really just the work that you put into it, and I love doing the work. Hopefully people like the music. I do get a lot of support, so I'm very pleased, and I thank everybody who supports me very much over the last 25, 30 years in my checkered and sordid musical career. But yeah, so I don't know. I feel pretty lucky with all that right now. Mirkwood's recording, not only... I'm pretty much the only blues type player on the label. There's a lot of lo-fi kind of North American post-punk music on it, which is great. Like there's a couple bands on it, Surrounded by Mice, Stands in Lightning, a band called Steve. They're amazing if you like bands like Husker Du and the old SST stuff. Meat Puppets stuff, Kurt Gainfurt, he also runs the label and plays in a lot of these bands too, but his solo stuff is phenomenal, just amazing. So yeah, and all you got to do is look it up on Google, Mirkwood Recordings, and all of their music is there, completely free for download. And if you don't want to download it, you can just listen to it on your computer, like whatever, it's all there. And we're just giving it away. And there's a whole logic behind it. I'll probably do when I have more time. I'm running out of time, but I'll probably do a rambling fucking theory on why I think whatever. This is how music is right now. It's a tough gig, man. But you got to think, like, every musician I ever listened to and was inspired by, like, they're all underground musicians who struggled to get their work recognized. So, like, whatever. It's nothing new. As long as you enjoy doing it, that's my theory. You know, as long as somebody's doing it and it's out there, you know, because that's how I learned to do it, right? So it's all good. Anyway, I just wanted to complete my thoughts on my walk because I'm home in my fucking safe zone now and there's no people around. But yeah, I'm gonna split. I'm gonna start thinking about the meth end of town cooking lesson I'm gonna do today if I can get around to that. It's pretty cool, you know what I mean? And it's pretty rare. I mean, it's like, it's neat. You'll see what I mean. But all right, I'm gonna sign off. I hope you have a good day. I'll see you shortly in the kitchen. Be well.